You are on Underground STL Live. Who do we have the pleasure of speaking with?
This is Emos. Did you order Emos?
Yes, we did order emos. You here?
Yeah.
Okay, we're coming down.
Yeah, you can't just let a horse run wild and
That's
free. And
literally the saying.
It's like hang for.
They want to change the name of the whole city and area of St. Louis.
That's the dumbest shit I ever fucking heard in my life. Call it St. Louis, bro.
We are number 3 out of 384 cities in the country for beer drinkers to come here and actually beer.
Yeah.
Yep, we're meeting up, and I'm gonna say, baby, I'm gonna take you to Applebee's. We're gonna get the 2 for $20. Okay, and then we're gonna go.
Sirloin steak, baby.
We have great self-control. You don't like liquor?
I don't think liquor is important. I don't think you need it from day to day.
Somebody buys it just to say that I bought Nelly's mansion.
Is this a goddamn sheep on natural breed?
A natural breed.
Dad, I did an overnight tour there, and we experienced a lot. I would definitely say that it is haunted. Hey, Joe, you directed the movie, right? You don't get this on any of the mainstream media about St. Louis. You don't get this on KSDK,
What?
KMOV, Fox 2, KPLR 11.
No way.
You don't get this on 105.7 The Point,
Okay.
KC 95, 92.3 WIL,
Say
whatever
names.
the hell. Okay, you don't get it there. You get it. You get it right here at Underground St. Louis, where we go deep. What's up, guys? We are live. Welcome to another episode of Underground STL Live, a show that brings you a street-level view of the greater St. Louis area, taking you deep into the topics that matter the most to St. Louisans. I'm your host, Sam Catanzaro, and to my left is the man in the chair, the one with the magic fingers, pressing all those keys, the producer of our show, Booster. What's up, Booster?
Oh, yeah.
All right, Booster's in the house, and our special guest tonight is the man, the myth, the legend, Anthony Rogers of The Anthony Rogers Show. How you doing, Anthony?
Good, man. That's a bold intro.
Damn right. I always try, when you come on the show, I always try to give you the most just pumped up intro that I can. Because I know, like, a lot of people that we talk, like, a lot of people bash you, and then a lot of people love you. It's always 50-50. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be on the side that loves you here.
Well, I appreciate that. I respect that.
Hey,
you
no
guys
problem.
actually are probably the reason I won my primary. It had a lot to do with that. Like, I went to your video to kind of see that shit, and I appreciate that a lot.
That's what you're telling us.
No,
Yeah.
I just want to own it. I want to own it, so if I deny it later.
Yeah, that's one of our most viewed videos on Underground.
No, killed. I appreciate that.
Is the first time that we ever had you on.
Killed.
So yeah, guys, we have a great show for you tonight. Remember, if you're watching us live on Facebook and YouTube, comment down below and join in on the conversation. We will be jumping into those comment sections. Okay, guys, would you rather warm up? Okay, just kind of get everybody, loosened up, getting us talking. Okay, would you rather warm up? It's not that complicated, but you might have to go deep on thought here. So, would you rather eat dinner alone for a year or have to take showers at a public gym for a year? Eat dinner alone or showers at a public gym for a year. Have you guys ever showered at a public gym?
Yeah.
Do I look like I've been to a gym? I'm like, man.
Yeah, come on. Me too.
Okay, all right, sorry.
I'm similarly oval shaped.
Well, I mean, with eating alone, that's the whole thing. Like, I think the one fear with showering at a public gym is that you're gonna run into like some old guys that walk around with no towels. They come from that generation that's not embarrassed about any body parts of theirs, no matter how wrinkly they are. So I think that's really the only fear for me. And that's not even a fear, because like I go to the Y. I like shrivelly old men showering with, but it's like
Not too young, yeah.
Absolutely.
Right
in that 60-year-old range. But eating dinner alone, like, that's just depressing.
That's super sad, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather do gay shit with old men than eat dinner.
Okay.
If that was the question.
Yeah.
I'm never eating dinner alone.
There's one way to phrase it. Booster, what do you?
Was that the? I don't know.
I'm gonna go the opposite of Anthony here. I think I'm gonna
What a
go
bigot.
eat
What a-
dinner alone for a year
Oh,
rather
wow.
than shower in public.
Really?
That's super homophobic. I'm offended. actually.
Really?
Oh,
but
well.
think
Actually,
about this. Like,
I'm completely offended.
think Anthony's like, I'm one of those old men in the showers.
I'm the old man.
Yeah, I don't want to see Anthony in there. I think
His
that's my
beard covers
primary
up
thing.
half of anything
Yeah.
that you're gonna see.
No,
That's
when
bad.
it's a Yorkie effect. When it gets wet, all of a sudden you just see how skinny he is.
he just shakes off like a dog, like going. Yeah, I'm gonna go with showering in the gym
public.
for a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not embarrassed. Like I'll do that.
Like,
you
I
know
already
what
do
I'm
that.
saying?
Like, I already do that.
Yeah, I do that at the Y sometimes. You know what I'm saying? They usually have the one like curtain that I go behind. You know the shower doors with the curtains, and I do that just because like you never know like if like kids are gonna be coming out of the pool and like take the wrong thing and they're like in the shower. Like I can't be super bold walking around, but I don't mind a bunch of naked old guys walking around. It's not like I'm looking at anything. I got tunnel vision. I'm going in there.
Here's a question
showering.
then: what is the age at which that becomes creepy?
It's always creepy.
I mean,
Yeah, it's always creepy.
Yeah.
I've seen that. He like identified something that's very like that happens a lot in locker rooms.
Yeah.
It's like it'll just be some old dude like standing on a bench like or some shit. It's like
And they're having a conversation too. It's
Yeah,
not
they try
like
to
they're
talk.
all like, they're having a conversation. I think it just comes from that generation where I don't give a shit.
They didn't.
The I don't give a shit generation. The generation that's actually been in war, that actually had, that couldn't shower for days in the trenches, all that kind of stuff. When they did, they're like, you know what? It's a shower. Who cares if we're seeing old, people naked next to us? I'm getting a shower. I'm not in war anymore. So, that's the I don't give a fuck generation. That's something that our generation's definitely missing is the I don't give a fuck attitude.
yeah. Okay,
So-
so it's creepy no matter what age.
It's creepy no matter what age, but
But I guess.
do you give a
then-
fuck about it being creepy? That's
Yeah.
the whole point. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, like 45 is like you do care. You know what I mean?
I don't think
Or
there
is. It
is.
like,
I don't think there's any.
or-
I think it's just kind
You
of
know
like
what I
when you
mean?
stop giving a fuck.
That too.
Yeah.
That's a variable too. I could see that.
Yeah. But guys, make sure if you have not already to subscribe to us over on YouTube, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Also, if you like our show, invite your friends to follow us. You can also catch our show on Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, and Apple Podcasts. And you can always check out our website at undergroundstl.com for exclusive content because after all, we go deep. All right, we got Anthony Rogers, the man, the myth, the legend on, the guy that runs the best show in the universe. So Anthony, your podcast, The Anthony Rogers Show, is honestly, it's all over the place in a good way. I mean, it's just random, like guests and all that kind of stuff. You interview people from all walks of life. You've interviewed celebrities, artists, comedians, conspiracy theorists, and porn stars. That's Booster's favorite. But, like, how would you describe what your show is? Like, if somebody never watched it, never heard of it, how would you describe it?
I think best show in the universe summed it up.
Best show in the universe?
I think it summed it up.
What, if you're not going to go deeper, that's
I don't
what we
think it's
do
that
here.
deep.
You can't
It's
go,
not
no?
that deep. It's just like it's not like some philosophical thing, It's just fucking entertainment,
It's just kind of like, were you kind of looking at it like from a standpoint, like if you could just talk to anybody, like, oh, I'd love to
That's a
sit down
perk
and
for
have
sure.
a conversation
Well,
with
I
them.
mean, that's a perk of it for sure. I could just literally just reach out to anybody in the world, just be like, hey, you want to do a podcast? And like, they just like I could talk to them about anything.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, it's pretty interesting. I definitely enjoy it. I mean, he's doing well. It's I've got like a shit ton of sponsors and just fucking got good guests right now, and like it's become lucrative after like slaving for years. Like,
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah. It does. It's a good feeling when the hard work finally does pay off.
Yeah.
We wouldn't know about that yet. we're still in the upcoming stages for Underground. But no, like your last 3 episodes, just to kind of put into perspective, like what kind of motley crew of guests that you have on. Your last 3 episodes, I'm just going to list off the guests: Carol Baskin, a representative of the Westboro Baptist Church, and Tommy Chong.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy stuff. Like and those are your latest 3 episodes. So without like giving too much away, what was some of the craziest things you learned from the last 3 episodes?
Last year, I don't know. I just wanted to humanize like the Westboro Baptist Church rather because I feel like I don't know. Like I want to give them like just hear what they say really because I feel like everybody just yells at them so they're not gonna hear their point. And then Carol Baskin, everybody just calls her a murderer, so I wanted to hear like her point of view.
Right.
Everyone's just like, oh, she killed her. I just wanted to see what she just seems like. I don't know. It's interesting. And then I'm sitting on some good ones too. I got like a dude from Blue October recorded already. I got Jackie from Howard Stern. He's doing one soon.
Oh, wow.
I got like it's already recorded, but it's coming out tonight. That'll probably come out tonight or something. But it'll come out soon. And then I was gonna say I got 2 more porn stars I'm sitting on, and like so I got like rock stars, porn stars, and dude from Howard Stern.
That's awesome.
It's doing good. Yeah, just sit on that right now. Probably release that soon. And it's just kind of fun. I don't know. You just stack up footage and release it whenever you want. You're like,
Yeah. How long between actually filming an episode or recording an episode to releasing an episode usually? Like how long do you sit on it?
I just do whatever I want. Like I just whenever I feel like it. Like I don't have like a time. I'm not like every Tuesday or something. I feel like I don't know.
Okay.
I couldn't hold to that.
So like if fans are watching, like they should follow you and just expect like whenever it's gonna come out. So it's not like you're dropping an episode every Wednesday night at 7. It's every.
Yeah. Well, tonight I feel like I'm editing one, putting it out because my friends were just my friend was asking me. He's like, dude, come on, like what the fuck? Like people are just like asking me. Like, get to the point where like, hey man, what's the next one you got? I'm like, and I'm already sitting on them and stuff. So it's like. And like I'm doing this weird thing. I'm about to move on to a bus, so I have to reevaluate my internet. So I had to push off like George McFly from Back to the Future 1 and 2.
I saw that.
Yeah. And then like I had to push off like 3 huge fucking people, like Alice Cooper's guitar. I had to push off like 3 or 4.
Wait, Nita Strauss?
Ryan Roxy. I think. He's been with him for a second, but I think it might be original member, but it's like, but it's weird because I want that George McFly to be so bad, and I was like, man, my internet's bullshit here. I need to fucking get a new hotspot and shit because I'm not in like a civilized place. So it's like, you know what I mean? So it's like the internet's like splotchy with Zoom and shit. I could do like Facebook and whatever, but I can't do like. So I have to and I'm pushing on these big rappers, a couple people. It's like crazy. And it's like annoying having to do it like. But it was weird having to call the guy who played George McFly and pushing it up. I'm like, hey, can we put? I got his phone number now. It's weird.
Do what Spielberg did to him or Robert Zemeckis or whatever.
That was the first one. The first guy, Crispin Glover.
Glover.
Yeah, the first guy got fired because he asked for as much money as Marty Fly. Character.
As Michael J. Fox. Yeah. And they're like, no, you're not the star. Like, Chris Lloyd ain't even getting paid that much. Like,
dude, yeah. And then they went on Letterman with like all newspaper clips of himself. He's like, look at me, I'm like really important. I'm strong. I'm young. He's like just. I think he went on there on acid. They said later, but at the time, he went on Letterman on acid, bragging about himself and shit. But the other guy was in the guy I talked to. Yeah,
like a Charlie Sheen moment.
Basically, yeah, but without the I guess that same thing happened to Sheen. Yeah.
Wow.
But the other guy, Jeffrey Weissman, he did the second and third one because of that, like because the Crispin Glover fucked up, and I'm like, he'll be on the show soon, which is like just like crazy to have to ask this guy to hold. Even I'm like, this is like a shitty thing to ever ask you. You're like one of my favorite movies, but like, I'm like, can you just I gotta
just hold the phone.
I gotta
real
figure out
quick.
my internet because I'm in the sticks right now. You know
so okay, so you're actually rehabbing a school bus.
Yeah.
You decided to turn a school bus into a
luxury condo kind of thing. It's gonna be really nice on the inside. And really nice.
You called it a home but traveling podcast studio.
Yeah, we do my podcast.
So I think we got some pictures that you posted. It's just you right outside the bus.
Okay.
And then we got the inside of the bus too. So like there you are with your girlfriend, fiance. Fiance got engaged the last time you've been
married
on
in
here.
August. Yeah,
there you go. And then so you're rehabbing a school bus, and then this is the inside. Did you clear this all out? This picture of the inside, it's just all whitewashed.
Yeah, it's Rust-Oleum. That's basically torn all the seats. And then cleaned up the floor, and then put 2 layers of Rust-Oleum. That white is Rust-Oleum where it doesn't rust the metal floors.
Why did you decide to do this? Why did you decide to turn your home? I mean, is this going to be your permanent residence?
Yeah, for a while at least. Yeah,
really?
Because I don't really want to pay bills, so I figured I could just get rich and not pay bills. And
Makes sense,
just
man.
Get as rich, just save my money, see how fast I can become a millionaire.
I mean, you got to think like property taxes too.
Yeah.
You know, like that's the whole the whole thing. Like, I mean, would you pay like on property taxes like on a vehicle or like an automobile?
I mean, you do
residence?
have to pay property taxes,
on
but
vehicle,
that depends on when you paid for it.
Yeah. And where do you park? Where do you park a bus?
Right now it's at my fiance's family farm. And,
okay.
And like it's pretty cool. Like her family's awesome, so it's like, and then like the views is cool, and I don't know, it's a cool area right now, and we'll probably just take it everywhere once we finish it. Like we're just building it. Her family's like nice enough to let us build it there and stuff. So we're just like remodeling it right now, turning it into like a luxury condo or like a private jet kind of thing on the inside.
And is the plan like to go cross country with it, or is it just to kind of like, hey,
all of it. Like, I mean, it's cool Missouri shit. I mean, it was
all right.
I could just come into St. Louis and have a place there. I could go to the country, have a place there, the suburbs, or I mean, just locally I could do that, or I could fucking go to Florida and have a place. I mean, just for no reason.
Yeah.
Like the Ozarks, whatever. I was like, I kind of just want to, and then I could work remote, so get that hotspot and shit. So
there you go. So like if you got somebody hitting you up from Back to the Future, you don't have to push him back. You can just
Dude, it looks so stupid. It looks so stupid. I'm like, oh man, this guy's like my favorite movie, and I have to tell him I can't do this right now.
Oh man,
it's so annoying. Like. You have to be that guy sometimes. It's like so annoying.
We got Dara down in the comments. She says, I would love to travel and live in a bus, drive around the country. Yes.
Fuck yeah, no.
Yeah, and she said that in all caps, so she must be really excited. Yeah, no, that's awesome, man. I love the traveling podcast studio because, dude, yeah. I mean, you could also have potentially like a guest in person just come on the bus and just say, hey, here's a mic. Let's record one. Definitely. So that's awesome, man. Well, guys, Where can they follow you?
Don't follow me.
Don't follow you. Okay. It's the best show in the universe, but the worst
I
show in the
can't
universe at the same
believe
time.
he lost that race.
Don't vote for me.
Yeah.
But kind of do, yeah. Oh, man. Well, that's awesome. Guys, Anthony is going to be joining us for the rest of this episode. He's going to be hanging out for a little bit. He's definitely off the edge. I mean, you're living on the edge. You've fallen off the edge. I don't even know. You're all over the place. Which brings us to our featured song tonight, and that is "Off the Edge" by The 45. Guys, stick around. More Underground coming up next. We are discussing Webster Grove Skatepark in financial trouble and a turkey leg fiasco at Six Flags. But for now, here is The 45.
Has it been too long? Has the passion gone away, little girl? Away, little girl. I know there's something wrong, but you know that I can't stay, little girl. Away from you, girl. Now I'm tired of listening, but your words they keep on twisting more and more. That's how it goes. I'm waiting for a chance to catch my breath. I'm off the edge and on again, afraid that I'll fall in. Your final words are running circles in my head, and I don't know when you pull away. No matter what I say, I'll never win. Might as well give in, 'cause you're not worth it. Is the damage done? Is there nothing I can say, little girl? It's okay, little girl. And I'm gonna miss you, but running away is the only thing that I know. That's how it goes, and I don't know how much more that I can take. I'm on the edge and on again, afraid that I'll fall in. Your final words are running circles in my head, and I don't know when you pull away. No matter what I say, I'll never win. Might as well give in, 'cause you're not worth it. Cause I don't know how much more that I can take. I'm on the edge and on again, afraid that I'll fall in. Your final words are running circles in my head, and I don't know when you pull away. No matter what I say, I never will. Might as well give in, 'cause you're not worth it. I'm off the edge and on again, afraid that I'll fall in. Your final words are running circles in my head, and I don't know when you pull away. No matter what I say, I'll never win. Might as well give in, baby, you're not worth it.
All right. That was The 45. Guys, if you are a local artist, band, musician, whatever, please send your content our way, and we will feature it on our show faster than Anthony Rogers' political career.
Even if it's even if it's just bagpipes and yodeling, we
Exactly.
will feature it.
Exactly. The song will probably last longer.
All right. No, but I think it was only it was a sparring podcast for months, right?
Oh my god.
Oh, man. Guys, make sure if you have not already to subscribe to us over on YouTube. follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Also, if you like our show, invite your friends to follow us. You can catch us on Spotify, Google, Apple Podcasts. We're on iHeartRadio now. I submitted it months ago, and then I'm like, oh, we are on there. So, you guys can always go and check out our website, undergroundstl.com, for exclusive content, because after all, we go deep. We got Anthony Rogers in the house. Always a good time when he's on the show. Mr. Rogers. He gives a whole different meaning to the name Mr. Rogers. I mean, this is our generation's Mr. Rogers right now.
I would like him to
Seriously.
be my neighbor.
Can you imagine just him? We ought to do that. Like when we get
just
some
pull up
production,
in the bus, man.
Yeah, pull up in a bus and then have you just switch in, do the intro to Mr. Rogers, but have it be you, just beard, sunglasses, everything. So yeah, it was funny because Anthony came in and I thought we had 4 or 5 beers left in the fridge. Turns out we only had one because Booster had a little fun and drank some of the beers. And so I'm like, Anthony, you want a beer? Thinking that there's going to be 4 or 5. We're going to have a few. So I gave Anthony the last beer, and I was heartbroken because we love beer. And I was a little bit more heartbroken with Booster that you drank all the fucking beer.
Jeez.
I'm sorry.
I will replace it. If you drain it, you must replace it. So.
But we hired a local beer taster, right? Because we're getting all this money flowing in with Underground. So we actually hired a professional beer taster to test local beer. And we flew him all the way over from Germany. It's your cousin, right, Hans?
Yeah. We actually we flew my cousin in from Germany. He's actually kind of a weird guy.
Yeah,
to be honest with
a little
you.
flamboyant.
But when it comes to beer, there's no one you want more.
Anthony, do you think the Germans or the Irish can drink more?
I think I drink more than both of them.
Oh, okay. Anthony's just like, sit back, I got this.
Like me.
Yeah, that's it. But no, guys, so Hans actually, he pitted 2 powerhouses of craft breweries against one another here in St. Louis. So check it out.
Guten Tag, St. Louis. It is I, Hans. You know, St. Louis, sometimes I get homesick for my country, Deutschland. But to cheer ourselves up, we are going to have ourselves an old-fashioned beer krieg. Oh yeah, we have some real heavyweights in this beer krieg today. Let us see how they stack up.
Let's get ready to rumble!
In the blue corner, we have Shitty White American Pale Ale from Four Hands Brewing Company. Aromas of citrus and pine. A moderate malt backbone on the palate with notes of caramel is balanced by crisp, hoppy finish. Smooth and satisfying. Jawohl, let us give us a taste. Shitty White American Pale Ale. I can taste all 4 of the hands. And it is so crisp and light, I feel like I'm floating on the air, as you Americans would say, on the cloud 9. And in the red corner, we have Urban Underdog American Pale Ale from Urban Chestnut Brewing Company. A dry-hopped, effervescent ale. This pale ale features citrus, tropical fruit, and piney hop flavors, creating a refreshing beer. Everyone loves an underdog or two. And yeah, let us give it a taste. Ooh, I can feel it in my urban chestnuts, yeah. It really gives me that under-the-dog feeling, you know. Decisions. And I, Hans, have come to a decision. The winner of this beer krieg is Urban Underdog American Pale Ale. It has a much more balanced flavor, and I could see myself drinking many of these. And I, Hans, challenge you to go to your local grocery and pick up both of these American Pale Ales. Try them for yourselves and compare them. See if you agree with me. And that is it for our Beer of the Week. I hope you enjoyed that intense beer krieg. Make sure you come back next week. But for now, Prost!
right. Yeah, Hans tasting the beer. He is a titan chugging beer. We got somebody down in the comments saying, and this is why beers are always missing from our fridge. Hans boxing is actually funnier than his dancing. Somebody commenting, I always say I live in a tiny home or on a bus, all that kind of stuff. So, I mean,
Do it.
we got beer in St. Louis. We got bus homes in St. Louis now. So beers and buses, man.
Battlestar Galactica.
That should have been the name of this episode. But guys, have you guys heard of Webster Groves?
Yeah.
You guys been there? Anthony, do you go to Webster Groves a lot?
Not a lot. I've been there. I've heard of it and stuff. Like,
Yeah. Webster Groves is kind of hoity-toity. What would you call Webster Groves, Booster?
It's
in the county.
It's like tiny houses for a lot
It's
of money.
county-esque.
Yeah.
I mean,
Very-
lots of very nice homes. Lots of big
if you were to
yards.
think of a suburban
suburbia, like
yeah,
city suburbia.
Webster Groves is one of them.
Yeah.
That's probably the one municipality here that basically represents suburbia.
I mean,
would
there
say.
are a few of
There's
them.
a
I guess
there's
you
a
can
few
mention,
of them, but
Webster Groves is
anyway, a volunteer effort is underway to raise money for improvements to the Webster Groves skate park. And I actually got really into this story because I used to hang out at the Webster Grove skate park when I was younger. When I was being a poser and trying to skateboard,
Oh yeah,
did you ever
those
skateboard?
Vans and the long jeans?
No, I never.
No, you never skateboarded?
I wasn't at the scene. I always thought like the worst part about skateboarding is like having to tell your parents you're gay. Like, you're like, sorry, mom, dad.
It was
and
very
they're
difficult for
Well,
me. It was very difficult.
It's not that hard because they're just right upstairs. You know what I mean? For the skateboarders, it's like I'll just go upstairs, tell my parents I'm gay.
So anyway, this 15-year-old park has old equipment, has graffiti on it, and it's located right near the tennis courts at Webster Grove's complex. Their sports complex and all that kind of stuff. But apparently there's been some theft lately, all that kind of stuff. But somebody wants to build it up. They actually want to improve it. So lifelong Webster Groves resident Peter Vision, if I'm saying that right, like a Marvel character, not only knows how much the nearly 20-year-old skate park means to those who are regulars there, but he's trying to make it better. He's also hoping the community will understand the value of improving the park and the need to back it with financial support. He says, quote, action sports like skateboarding, scooters, BMX, and rollerblading are the last to see support in our community, but these are great kids and they deserve a better place to hone their craft. And it's usually the most at-risk kids that gravitate towards those sports, those action sports, those X Games sports.
Would you say like MMA has caught some of those guys too now? Since that has become so popular, I feel like a lot of people are like interested in not only
the
just
problem
skating.
with
It's like
MMA is you need to actually join a gym. Whereas like you could take a skateboard, all you need is a skateboard.
Right.
Like if you're doing MMA, like eventually you'll need to buy gloves. Eventually you need to do this. Like if you take a skateboard, you can just go down the sidewalk. You can go on the street. You don't need an actual place to train it. I guess you can do the same with MMA, but you don't really know what you're doing. At that point, it's just street fighting.
How many places are there to actually skate?
There's a lot. There's a lot. The Maplewood one is huge.
Yeah.
The Maplewood one is huge, and that's kind of what they want to do is model it after the Maplewood one. The Maplewood one is like all like concrete and like pools and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Whereas this is like kind of they're bringing in ramps and nailing them down and doing all that kind of stuff. But this guy Vision, he started a GoFundMe campaign to improve the skate park. And he says 350,000 to 500,000 will get them to be like Maplewood, but for now 25,000 would do the trick and just fix up a whole bunch of stuff. I actually think Webster is going to let this fail. I think Webster Groves is going to say, screw it, we don't want it there. Can you imagine skating, and like what type of people like skaters are and, rollerbladers are and this and that. Like they kind of don't give a fuck sometimes. They're a little rowdy. They're going this. They're trying, tricks, all
Rough
that kind
and
of
ready.
stuff.
They're-
Right, exactly.
yeah.
Like
They don't need the best
And then
equipment
it's
or whatever.
right next to the Webster Groves tennis courts. So you have all the people that like who plays tennis and who skateboards. Those type of people probably aren't going to see eye to eye.
Dude, I'm telling you, we need to start playing tennis on rollerblades. That needs to happen.
cool.
I'd watch that in the Olympics.
Yeah, when you take away skate parks, they'll just skate on the tennis court. So they'll skate anywhere else, schools, parking lots, like that.
Yeah.
I think if you want to go outside, move to the country, it's like
Yeah.
I think the inside, everyone wants to live inside and then suburbs and city. I feel like.
Yeah,
It's like- and it doesn't make money either. It's like Like skateboarding doesn't make money. So I mean, they're like, oh, what do we do? We can't charge the kids to go here. We can't make money. We can't sell snacks even. They sell some merch, like monetize it somehow.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just a money pit. And like,
they hold events and stuff like that, but skateboard's always been really hard to monetize. I mean, you have sponsors and this and that, blah, but like you said, what are you gonna do? Like pay a kid to come in? I guess you could pay, but so many kids, they go up there every day, and it's supposed to be a community thing, and they were having problems. Like kids weren't checking in with helmets. Kids weren't checking in at all, like to go there, and it's like they're not.
Skateboarders wouldn't do that.
Yeah, and then kids would just be skateboard. Like I used to do it too. I used to skateboard outside. Like if I didn't have a helmet, I'd skateboard away from the skate park, but around it. Like what are you gonna do?
Or you'd build like a homemade ramp or something like that. Like some small, like just like not even like good
or
materials.
just find like a couple stairs and start olling
Doing
down them and do this and all that kind of
yeah.
stuff. I mean, this is the whole thing. I think that they need to keep this because it is the at-risk kids that are out there on the street. Like, I mean, they're going to be skating. Now they're going to be around cars. Now they're going to be this. You can't stop them from skating. You can't stop them from biking.
Right.
You can't stop them from rollerblading. So you might as well open up, an actual community thing. But this is something weird. The Webster Groves got a $475,000 grant, a city grant, and it received that they received toward renovation of the tennis courts last year. But there won't be any municipal park grants available for the skate park for several years because all the money's earmarked.
That sounds like money laundering. $400,000 for a tennis court,
right?
I'm like, I'll sell you one for $300,000, you idiots.
What do you need freaking almost $500,000 for?
Yeah, it's called money laundering
for a tennis court.
Yeah,
Yeah,
money laundering.
someone's getting greased in there. Yeah, somebody's hands are getting greased.
Like, I got a guy who does it for $10K and keep the rest.
Man. Well, and most of the people like that are a part of like these boards that are for the community that's sitting on these meetings, they're not younger people.
Yeah.
They're older. You really think that older people want a skate park that's graffitied and this and that and kids that are coming in and all that kind of stuff?
It is kind of counterculture.
Yeah,
like they
and it's
look
right
at
next to the
those.
tennis courts where the older people are playing, or you get what I'm saying, or the type of people that are playing tennis. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and guess they're not skateboarding. We're gonna get like a professional skateboarder hitting us up, like Tony Hawk. I play tennis every day,
yeah.
all that
Tony,
kind of
Tony, if you're listening, make sure you hit us up.
It's just I don't know.
Tony Hawk's like depressing. He's like a 60-year-old guy skateboarding still. It's like kind of depressing. It's like he never evolved or became an adult. He's like Peter Pan or something, but he ages.
Guys in their 40s and
Yeah.
stuff. It's
creepy.
getting
It's kinda
more
creepy,
and
really.
more.
He's got like a career now on Twitter of like
Yeah.
not being recognized by anybody.
Yeah, I heard
They're
that
always like,
tweet,
you look faint. You look. Are you Paul Rudd or
Yeah.
something?
It's probably because you're a 60-year-old skateboarder. Nobody knows who you
Yeah.
are. It's like fucking sad. I think it's cool. Like if you're like a kid or something. It's like, good job, Tony Hawk. The video games were dope. Whatever. I mean, why would he give it up though? I guess
Yeah.
either. But it's
Well,
just like sad at a point. It's just like you just never grew up and never grew as a person. You're just like a fucking old skateboarder.
He's in his 50s.
Yeah, he's
now.
old as
Yeah,
fuck. It's
he's
sad.
in his 50s.
It's like Steve-O like tasing himself now
Yeah.
or something. It's just sad. It's like you guys are like fucking should have like jobs and shit now. Like you're like something, like a cooler. I don't know. He has money, I guess, but he's just kind of a child.
Well, I remember like in
And
the
they reward
early
idiots. They reward idiots in America. Like they won't like reward somebody that actually like say the truth or do things.
Well,
they
look
want,
at-
like they want more on there. Yeah, get that guy a skateboard. He'll fucking skateboard for decades, never change anything.
Look
Just
at
give him a
Jackass.
bunch of money. Same thing.
All those
yeah.
guys are. A lot of those guys are skateboarders. A lot of
Yeah.
those guys
Bam
work for
Margera.
skateboard. Yeah, a lot of those guys.
Bam's crew is
yeah,
skateboarders, yeah. And then
absolutely. And it's the whole thing is with skating is these kids, they need that outlet. To go, or else they're just gonna do other shit.
Well, they make money off that because then they go to jail
Yeah.
and now they monetize again.
Yeah.
They stop wasting money on things they don't make money, and then they send them to jail and make money again.
Exactly.
It's a business tactic. It's just like going to jail is a business tactic.
Yeah, well, and you
So it's
see,
good that they-
you
for
see
them.
now, like what you're joking about, like a 60-year-old man still skateboarding and stuff like that. But you're seeing that a lot more nowadays because back in the 90s, and you had Tony Hawk Pro Skater was huge, for video games and this and that. And I remember like in the early 2000s, street skating started becoming huge.
Yeah, yeah.
Tony Hawk was all vert, but then street skating really started taking off in popularity, and kids were getting skateboard and going everywhere. Like I just wanted to be a skateboarder just because it was cool to do.
As a
Like,
kid,
Tony-
I
I was a little bit of a poser, but yeah.
I remember when like Tony Hawk trying to do the 1080. That was basically on like ESPN.
Yeah,
You remember that?
Well,
Like,
no,
it was broadcasted on like
Danny,
a lot of shit.
Yeah, and then I watched Danny Way at the X Games. That was awesome. But then like you got guys like Rodney Mullen who are street skaters. But Rodney Mullen was doing stuff that Tony Hawk was doing on vert. Rodney Mullen was doing it on the street.
Right.
And then kids started seeing that, like, hey, we don't need to go to that, big air ramp. We don't need to go here. We don't need to go there. We can just go, find some stairs, find a rail, find a gap, and just start skating and this and that. And then the actual, like, the videography that came from it, they just would grab a crappy camera, a cell phone camera, and they would just skate, and then they started posting it on on social media. I don't even think social media was that big back then.
Not
but
really.
now
MySpace
it's
was
just
still
blown
big.
up. Like now it is a culture and all that kind of stuff. The Jackass movies and all that. Helped propel skateboarding. Guys like Tony Hawk and all these kids. You're not gonna tell them no. They're not gonna stop. They will actually skate. The whole thing is I'm
just going to do it in places you don't want them to
exactly. And then there's going to be more complaints than this area that
More-
we can actually control.
more
We know
Karens.
exactly, and these kids are going to be skating all around, and you're going to get cops called, you're going to get kids in trouble, all that kind of stuff. And then now you're teaching kids like how not to get caught with stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so now it's like, I don't know. My cousin, he got addicted to drugs and stuff like that. And he said part of it was he was in the skateboard culture. And it wasn't he didn't blame that solely on him doing drugs. But he said, like, you're in the skateboard culture, you're hanging out with some guys that, aren't the best guys to be hanging out with. If you have a place where you can actually go and skate, and all that kind
Right.
of stuff, and it's open, it's easier to control. And it's like, let's get the cops involved. Like Webster Groves Police, let's have a cop sitting out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, not taken away. Have a cop come there and start talking and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know.
I know.
I think they need to fund it.
For me, I mean, like, all that aside, I mean, like, for me, it's like the personal safety thing. We need a place for, like you said, they're gonna go and do it anyway.
Yeah.
They're gonna be able to find places where it's gonna be more dangerous, possibly next to like streets with moving vehicles on it. And like, I can't tell you how many near misses that have shown up on like internet videos, and that like those are just the ones we don't see where the guy gets hit.
Do you
know what I
think?
mean?
Do you think now, Anthony? Like, because everybody went through COVID, everybody went through a hard financial time. Do you think if you put something on GoFundMe or like Kickstarter or something like that, you're putting the last nail in the coffin?
Yeah, definitely. I view
Yeah.
GoFundMe as like a panhandling.
Yeah.
Like I always have these like filmmakers like getting out of college and they'll be like, man, what, how should I make my GoFundMe? I'm like, you fucking shouldn't. I mean, like,
Yeah.
like with anything, I think just like when someone's like, hey, can you go? I'm like, why? If you don't believe enough to put money into your dream, why should I? You know, like basically, and I'll promote some of it. I supported a couple GoFundMes that were just like people that it was like it wasn't a GoFundMe as much as it was like you get like a T-shirt and like fucking like you get like a film credit or something. I mean, certain other things. Like I'm making a purchase at that point.
Right.
But I think like some of them are just like desperate, kind of sad shit. Really, it's just like kind of like those like yeah, can I have some money? I'm like, you couldn't even save $20,000 for a film. That's your goal, is $20,000. You couldn't even save that, and you want me to pay for it? It's like insane. It's just like it's kind of like desperate, and it just shows it doesn't make money. Like even though, you know what I mean, it just doesn't make money, and that's the problem with it, really. And I think we have bigger problems than picking on teenagers. Like if teenagers have a place, whatever, like let them have fun. Let old people yell at them. Who cares? They're both allowed to be stupid, And like I think anyway. And
I don't think it should. I don't think the funding should come from this GoFundMe. I think it should come from Webster. I think Webster Groves should fund it.
What are they trying to fund? Like what is
They're trying to basically
Make
right
it bigger?
now. They want to build a whole new park. They want to do it like Maplewood.
Yeah.
But the thing
What's
is
their
like it costs like hundreds of thousands of dollars to do that. Yeah. They're saying if they get like $25,000, then okay, cool. We get $25,000. We can at least keep it sustainable and safe and do this and do that.
Yeah.
The problem is though, it's like I don't think they're going to raise $25,000.
Oh yeah.
I really don't.
Well,
I've seen
kids-
businesses go
yeah.
under once they start putting shit out on GoFundMe. They're done. They're done because, like you said, it is panhandling.
Yeah, it is.
Something
it's
is
no
not
different than
working.
asking me for money out here for like a bus pass or something. It's like it's just like, hey man, can I have a bus pass? I'm like, I'm like, it doesn't on my mood really. Like even it's like, I'm like, I don't know, probably not, dude. Like fucking, you can't afford a bus pass. What are you wandering your? Go back to your house.
Yeah,
sit in your house.
And the city needs to
You're not
do
money.
it. The city needs Webster Groves. The city of Webster Groves needs to fund it because if not, and they let that close, you're gonna get tons more complaints. You're gonna get kids skating on the streets, kids skating in parking lots, kids on bikes. Like how I was younger, there wasn't that many skate parks around. Webster actually was a place to go. But I mean, we still went everywhere because Webster, they had all these like rules in and all that kind of stuff, and it really wasn't that big and all that kind of stuff. But we would get in trouble for skating. Crestwood Mall, Crestwood Mall was
Yep.
abandoned. The parking garage, we'd
Yeah.
skate that, and like security would come over and be like, "Hey, you can't do this," liability and stuff like that. And I don't know, they just need to open up. They're going to get so much more. There's going to be so much more problems if they let the skate park.
It's funny,
close.
like security as like a kid versus security as an adult. It's like hilarious.
Yeah.
I took like as a kid, you're like, oh, I better listen to the adult. I don't know.
Right.
But as an adult, like I was like, didn't like close down like Tiger Park or something like that like last year, and like I just was driving through with my moped and shit because I thought it was fun. I was like, whatever. And this guy with the truck like pulls up and he's like, you can't have vehicles in here. And I'm like, you have a truck. And he's just like, oh, I can, but you can. I'm like, can I see that rule? Like, what the fuck? You just like, you can have a vehicle, but I can't have a vehicle. I'm just like arguing with him. He's like, oh, well, and he's like, doesn't know what to do, and he just like leaves me alone basically. Because I'm just like, I just like clown him basically. I'm just like, what the fuck?
It's like that veil is lifted. Like you're like, hey,
I'm an adult.
I'm big too. Like
Yeah,
I'm grown up too.
Yeah, you're in charge of my decisions, random guy. Like basically, it's like, oh, nice to meet you. I
Oh
guess
my
you're in
God.
charge of all my fucking ideas. I don't know, whatever I do now. It's just funny, like security is like an adult versus a kid. Really, it's like
When I was skating, like it teaches you almost to have like some, resentment to authority, because here are these, like, you're keeping us down, bro. Like you're kicking us out and all that kind of stuff. And like I always remembered the security guards or the cops. They're like, hey, you guys are cool if you're skating. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just be careful.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
do you guys got a helmet? Oh, you probably should have a helmet. But
it's like cops in my
all
dad's
right,
generation.
yeah.
Like, dump out your beer.
Right.
Like, you're driving. You're like, don't put your beer. You're gonna be driving into your drink. That's how it was in the '70s. Like my dad will tell me stories about that. She's like, yeah, just to drive around the 6-pack, and just I'm like, what? That would get you fucking. You'd be so fined. Like at this point, you can't even drink and drive anymore. It's like.
Well, I think if you guys want to go and donate to Webster Grove Skate Park, you can go to their GoFundMe online. I just don't see them raising $25,000. I really don't, unless
Especially with a pitch like that.
Yeah.
Like, we just like made fun of it, and they're like, but if you want to, it's still
yeah.
available. And
I
like,
mean, GoFundMe. I
it's
mean,
not
like
really us
even
making fun. It's just I'm telling you, the city needs to
Even
the
with all
city
that,
needs
man.
to pay. Like that's what it is.
even
Like,
with all that, honestly, it's just like GoFundMe's in general don't, like, 99% of the time, like, don't even achieve
that's
like,
what I'm saying.
even half of what
Yeah.
they want. And like we're talking about, like, like people with like sick kids are on there, like, begging for help.
And you're gonna
Yeah,
pay for a
and it's
skate
like-
park.
They
Yeah.
get my money faster. No, see, a good sob story will get my. I was like, fuck, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, that will get my money faster than a skate park for sure.
I think
can
what
see
they
that.
need to do, they need to host like a concert there, like put on by these guys or something like that, and a concert like saying like, oh yeah, we love it, and people come in and like tricks or something like that.
Nobody pays for concerts.
There's I know that too. I don't know.
It doesn't make money.
I just don't think this 25,000 is just to put a Band-Aid on it for now.
Yeah.
And you're trying to raise that money on a GoFundMe and you're waiting out for several years for like 350 to 500,000.
I think you
I
nailed it by
just
saying
don't think it's going to work. I think if the city doesn't fund it, it's just not going to work. And part of me thinks the city wants it to fail. Because you get a whole bunch of people that are probably big in the community, in the Webster Groves community, playing tennis next door, and have to look at something where it's a bunch of graffiti, a bunch of punk kids,
even
and
just
all that
people
kind of stuff.
driving by.
Yeah, it's like the two different cultures. I love skateboard culture, but the two cultures just don't mix together. You shouldn't have them next to one another. And I don't know. So yeah, guys, Go fund me. Go to Webster Grove Skate Park. I hope
them all your money.
I hope they
fund
raise
them.
the money. I really do, but I just don't see it happening.
Don't pay
Fund
your,
them, St. Louis.
Don't pay your rent this month. Give all your money to a GoFundMe so kids can skateboard.
Exactly.
I know it's been hard, guys. I know there's no jobs out there and all independent business closed. But get your nickels together.
So it's just
I know there's
so
a collapse of the
stupid.
Western world, guys. But
It's just so stupid. There was one
for GoFundMe. Right
there was one business, and I'm not gonna say the name. Well, it's closed now.
What
it
is
was,
it?
It was
Just
foam.
tell me.
It was
Foam,
foam on Cherokee Street.
Oh, yeah, I saw
and
that.
they put out like this GoFundMe, like they were trying to raise money. They closed in 2019, but they put this out, and I'm like, well, okay, if I were to donate, I'm donating now to a business that can't stay open,
Yeah.
and
And the business plan kind of sucked. Like foam,
Yeah.
foam. I saw like shows there, and they just try to get nickels out of you. Like really, they're like, "Look, there's a cover charge now." And then like you got to buy overpriced coffee or beer. It's just like this annoying like process. But they had a cool thing. They had a cool layout. They could have done something really fucking good with that place.
did.
But I think they try to get too greedy getting your nickels rather than your dollars.
well, the problem
like-
they never took a dime from the bands.
Well, yeah, but they
so
didn't pay the
if there
bands,
was a cover,
but they
it
didn't,
was
like-
for the band. But I've
Right.
walked in there like a couple times, and then I
Yeah.
get some. Now the door guy was always with the band, and I had like this little like shrimp of a dude going $5, and I'm like, hold on, I'm meeting somebody here. Like I didn't even know there was a band playing, like this and that, blah blah, and he's like $5. And I was like, no. And I just walked in like, and I mean, people can call me a dick for that, but I'm like, do you work here? No. I'm not giving you any money. What they should have done is they should have had a door guy that worked for them, taking money, and then they take a cut. Like that's just how it is. They wanted to give it all back to the band, but it's like, I get it, but you need to stay open as a business.
I feel like it limits growth if you're trying to charge for like bands nobody's ever heard of. So you mean you're like yeah man, you'll pay $5 to like see this band you never fucking heard of in your life. You mean and I'll just be like no. I mean like every time I'll be like no. You mean but I feel like
that's when you have like a lineup. That's when you have a lineup. That's when you have all that kind of stuff. You'll have one night that's a free show. All that kind of stuff.
I only saw like people trying to do drugs in the back room at foam while like four people try to watch their friend's band play. That's an experience I had at foam. That's why it failed. In my opinion. But it has a good layout, a good idea. The couches were cool and shit. But I just feel like they just didn't. That's a shitty marketing plan. It's like okay, come see this band no one's heard of, but give us money. And like there's no supply and demand. There's no demand. There's or really supply. There's no business there. And then they ask just like no. There's no business plan there. It's like just weirdly weird that you think they would think they would sell.
Well, and then they ask you they say, hey, look, our shitty business model is failing. Give us more money on GoFundMe.
So we can keep our plan that doesn't make money alive.
And it's like no. Yeah. So I don't trust GoFundMes. I don't think.
Like sell anything. You mean like no door. All they had to do was drop their cover. Like band, you got to play for free. You're gonna play for free anywhere else you blow. And like, I mean that's the thing you have to do is as a comedian, as a band, and as a podcast. I mean the same thing. You have to do this shit for free. You have to work for a while. Right. And then you fucking build up. And then the people that did that the longest do it. Yeah. I mean, and the people that just give up and the fucking like I need to be paid right now to play. Well, build a fan base, stupid. Right. I mean, it's like okay. Like, I mean people make millions of dollars in arenas because they fucking did the work. Right. You're just gonna show up. You got drunk in your garage, play guitar. Kurt Cobain now. It's fucking delusional. I mean,
four friends show up. Like you're not
fucking delusional. You're ripping off your friends at that point.
Exactly.
Just ask to borrow $20 if you're that broke. It's like Jesus Christ. That's all you're getting paid anyway. As a band, I mean, you got to build up. You got to do all this shit. Why are you doing anything like asking for money at all? Why are they asking? It doesn't make any sense until you get big. I mean, some bands make sense, like Aaron Cam or something. Like some shit in town makes sense.
Yeah, Aaron Cam and the One Jobs. They're pretty good.
He'll fucking pull people. He's a main draw to like festivals and shit. Yeah. And like throughout Illinois and
he's awesome. I didn't realize how big he was until I saw him play at Broadway Oyster Bar.
But he pulls people, so he makes money. And that's the thing. If you don't pull people, like you're being delusional at this point. I see the same thing in comedy. They'd show up like, well, I need $200. Like nobody pays you fucking $200. Like shut up. Yeah. Like, you live in your mom's basement or you drive Uber or both. And it's like and you're doing open mic night shit and you're playing pretend on Facebook. And you're LARPing. And you're like, oh, I need $200. It's like that's what it is. Same with the band though. It's the same thing. It's like I need all this money and shit. It's like insane. Like it's like literally insane to me. Like watching this and then they don't grow and they never understand why. They just never understand why. And the Barners are the same way. They try to rip off these bands. And the bands are too fucking stupid to make money. They're artists. They make good songs, maybe, but they can't promote themselves. It's just like there's no management. There's no fucking A&R. There's no fucking anything. It's just like music makes no money. It's like at this point you're still like you're looking for gold in like California. It's like the same. It's the same. It's like it's been dead. It made money from 1964 to 1998. It's over. Sorry, guys. Man. I mean, some people make money, most don't.
We're starting a revolution, man. I'm feeling it. We are starting a revolution with all this GoFundMe crap. Which brings us to our next featured song tonight, and that is Revolution by Nick Buffano and the Innocents. I actually came across his band while listening to Beyond FM, which is the best of everything STL 24/7. This band actually has really good production. They have a lot of live videos on YouTube that people actually show up for. It's not like a band at Foam where barely anybody showed up in the later years. But I wish this band would actually play more shows. They really haven't been coming out with some new content, but this is one of their songs that I really, really loved. Guys, stick around. More Underground coming up next, talking Turkey Leg Fiasco at Six Flags. But for now, here is Nick Buffano and the Innocents.
Ebola emergency. A healthcare worker in Dallas tests positive.
A report found the school system tease him as he became socially withdrawn. ABC News, New York.
President Obama in Las Vegas pushing his immigration reform.
Together as a country.
I've taken every no that I've gotten, every door that was slammed in my face, and I reopened them and made it to where I wanted to be.
Away my awful tempest, you got no grip on me. It's hard to get my full attention, you love to watch us bleed. And I took your graves because you keep your hands so clean. just do what you're told. Straight and narrow gets us nowhere. This conversation's getting old. Sneak away, you heartless coward. Your words just aren't enough. Can't seem to find your face when the times are getting rough. I've got nothing to prove to you. You're just one of the machines. Straight and narrow gets us nowhere, and revolution starts with me. Yeah. Hands to the sky because we're coming alive. Look as far as I can see. I sneak away my hateful vices. Revolution starts with me. And I can feel it all around me. Stumble to the ground. Small person in a holy place. Where are your idols now? You can't find a reason, so you just do what you're told. Straight and narrow gets us nowhere. This conversation's getting old. You've got your hands on me, your dirty hands on me. You've got your hands on me, so take them off. Stumble to the ground. A small person in a holy place. Where are your idols now? You can't find a reason, so you just do what you're told. Straight and narrow gets us nowhere. This conversation's getting old.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Sorry, I'll go back to the show.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. Guys, we're just having fun with Anthony Rogers here. That was Nick Buffano and the Innocents. You can catch them on YouTube. Great camera quality, those music videos. There's some music videos that you watch and it's like, no. But the bands that are actually springing for good quality.
It's like their cousin who's a film student did it for him or something like that.
It's aesthetically pleasing. Even though it might be a good sound, if the video that you're watching is not aesthetically pleasing, you're not going to like it. Yeah. That's why people spend so much on music videos. But
that being said, though, sorry you guys had to hear the song.
No, you're
like, this band's really good.
Anthony's just shitting on local music.
I'm just having
here.
fun. No, I'm just having fun.
Yeah.
I didn't even. We couldn't even hear it. We're talking. I was just fucking around. But no, I thought it was funny. So
man, oh man.
Like
okay,
wrestling.
so here's what's funny. Turkey legs.
Turkey legs.
A big fiasco broke out in Six Flags for Turkey Days.
A brouhaha.
A brouhaha. According to Gateway Pundit, a wild scene broke out at Six Flags St. Louis over Memorial Day weekend over stolen turkey legs. The video starts with park patrons picking up turkey legs and handing them to friends. Stolen turkey legs, allegedly. Then police stepped in and arrested at least one woman. There was a fight that broke up. That broke out. We have a video, and play it, Booster.
They chased her ass out of. They got where yours at? It's just a turkey leg, man. Let that girl get her turkey leg. She finna get locked up over a turkey leg. Oh man. Oh man. Hey, free her. Free her. Free her for that turkey leg. Free her. Free that girl over there for that turkey leg. Free her. Y'all gonna lock her up for a turkey leg for real? Y'all gonna lock this girl up for a fucking turkey leg? Are you serious?
Oh yeah. You know, with these turkey leg things, so in the video, they were handing, you know, obviously stolen turkey legs, and then everybody started going, and then there was two girls. There was one in red, one in white, and they
The
started,
one in white was slugging people.
she was slugging people. Like all of a sudden, like I guess they were stealing turkey legs, and then these two girls got into a fight,
Or like the
and
turkey
they
legs
started.
fell out.
Yeah.
Were in like a bin that fell over, and maybe they were just like.
The
Free
poor
time.
the poor security guard was trying they were trying to break these girls up. I know, like at certain angles it looks like he was actually trying to attack the girl in the white. He was trying to keep her away from the girl in the red, and they were trying to keep the girl in the red. And then did you see her weave fall?
Yeah,
her weave fall, and they had to
about
get
the
it.
halfway mark. She dropped or
Dude,
it
if I
gets
was,
ripped off of her head or something.
If I was like Six Flags or in charge of their like advertising or something, I would take that video and turn it into a Six Flags turkey leg ad. Because that is the best ad ever. It must be fucking good, you know? Like,
everybody's stealing it.
Yeah, you're like, that shit's so good that I'm fucking taking it right now. And like, and you know what I mean? And plus it's expensive. I'm 35 and I don't want to spend that much money on fucking turkey legs. I couldn't imagine being young, you know?
What, especially at
It's
Six
like-
Flags, just a turkey leg in general is expensive.
Yeah.
But at Six Flags, you know they up.
Yeah,
that
it's so
crap.
expensive for a turkey leg. It's like it's the best commercial ever, though. It's like, you know, I mean, they're risking like sin and jail time.
Right.
They need to
For
bring
fucking
in.
turkey legs.
They need to bring in the guy with like the dancing old guy. That
Have the music going during that video. Oh my god, we should have edited that way. Yeah,
Dude,
when
that'd be the best.
played it.
That'd be the best commercial of all time.
One thing that pissed me off is the lady that's filming. Like, everybody's so quick to get their phones out, but the lady that's filming is like, "Man, you arrest her over a fucking turkey leg? Over a turkey leg?" It's like, no,
Still
they're
a
probably
crime,
not.
I
They're
mean.
probably not arresting her over just that. They're probably, you know, oh, you want a turkey leg? Handcuffs on. Like, no, they're probably like, nope, that was theft.
If you were
and
stealing-
you assaulted a security guard and you assaulted another person, like everybody sees it, and you know, all that kind of stuff.
It's like if you're stealing
Our
turkey-
culture, we're way too quick to be like throwing hands.
Yeah,
honestly, like honestly, if you feel the instinct to like just say like, man, anybody fucks with me, I'm gonna punch him.
Yeah.
You're an idiot.
Yeah.
You're an absolute.
That's first degree assault. Like, that's the whole thing. Like,
platinum idiot.
There's self defense, and then there's hitting somebody because you don't like them.
Yeah.
And this whole thing, like, over a turkey leg, it's probably the theft, and it's probably the assault while she's getting arrested, and
I
a
think
whole
that,
bunch of people stole.
I think that if you like, you're stealing a turkey leg to feed your family you can't afford to feed, maybe I'd have like empathy. But if you're just being a hood rat, you're just being a hood rat.
I mean,
like,
you're
it's
at
like, it's
Six
a hood rat
Flags.
move. You know? It's a hood rat move.
It's true.
You're at Six Flags, so it's
Yeah.
like you had to pay to get in there.
Yeah, you had
so
gas
it's
at
like
least,
you-
right?
Right.
Fucking
Yeah, you had
when you're-
gas and money to get in the park.
Or you're on a
Like,
field trip or something. Either way, like, I
Money
mean,
was
it's
not an
not.
issue.
I don't think. Yeah,
Your grandma
it's
gave
just-
you some money.
Right.
Like, come on.
And you know, like, you know, anytime they show in the movies, like when somebody steals to feed their family, they feel really conflicted about it because now they're sacrificing their morality for survival. You know, they're turning into like an animal, all that kind of stuff. But if you saw in the video, they're running with the turkey legs, like big smiles on their face, like, here, go, run, let's go. Like, that wasn't a morally conflicted, you know, those weren't morally conflicted people stealing the turkey legs. You know, and they just started fighting, and, you know, she just got mad that she got caught. That was kind of what it was. And the one lady, she's like, over a turkey leg? It's like, there's a lot more to it than that.
It's still
theft, assault. It's still a crime.
You still,
yes.
Yeah, she stole something. You're right.
Right.
That's a crime. You fucking idiot. And a sin. You fucking uncultured
Right.
fucking idiot.
Unreligious.
You uncultured swine.
You fucking heathen. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Du bist ein Schweinhund.
It's like, was that an endorsement for stealing turkey legs?
Yeah,
It's like, no, I'm cool with it, man. I'm cool with it. Fuck the any business.
And then behind the cops, you just see dun 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 dun.
Well, and like, and this is the whole thing. Like with the security, it was regular security at first before the cops showed up, and the security's got to get their ass beat I bet Six Flags security isn't getting paid like that much. The one guy got swung on his face.
Dude.
I mean, she came at him. Boom, boom, boom.
I've noticed
some hooks. Like,
dude, security's like locking your door. Like, it doesn't stop a thief. Yeah, like just security.
Right.
It keeps honest people honest, but security's like sitting here like, oh, I better like not say stuff in front of that guy.
Yeah.
But outside of that, it's like they couldn't take like the best time like strip club or security wise. I was at like a strip club and I was just shit faced. And I jump over. I'm over the counter and I'm like just drinking alcohol and like staring at myself in the mirror, laughing about it. Like just like, and then I take a selfie and like the light goes off and then like it was in a dark room and everybody saw the light go off and realized I was then behind the bar.
Oh,
like
wow.
chugging alcohol. I was trying to take a selfie chugging on this alcohol. And like I was younger. I was like fucking years ago. I was single and shit. But like a decade ago. But then like these like 5 like security guys come up and they're all like fucking like 5 foot some shit. I'm like 6 foot tall, and they look like bowling pins like coming out to me. Like they're like, oh, you better do something. Like 5. I'm like, what are you guys gonna do? You like tell my parents? I mean, it's like what are you gonna do about it? I mean, they're just like, because I was really aggressive in my 20s when I was drinking, especially. But that was like the security cannot really do much most of the time. But then every like 90 guys you got like that, you got like one dude did fucking. Like some Kimbo Slice motherfucker killing
right,
you know?
Right.
There's always like some guy like
well,
that.
especially at a strip club.
He got beat up in middle school, and he's been waiting for his chance to get back at that little piece of shit who beat him up in 7th grade.
He just works out like he's like the Rock in Central Intelligence. So I just worked out every day for 16 years straight. Like I'm just jacked. Yeah.
I worked out. How'd you get this big? I worked out every single day, all day for 16 years.
There's a difference. There's a difference between the security guard at the strip club, the big Kimbo Slice guy, and the
14 dweebs.
Right, the 14 dweebs at Six Flags or whatever. There's a difference there.
They've got sharp eyesight.
Like, the Six Flags guys are basically they're just to kind of say, hey, you can't enter into this ride.
Sir,
hey, they're not meant to break up a freaking a riot.
It's like that's all I do.
Yeah,
sir?
it's crazy. Over
They don't get
turkey
hazard
legs
pay?
though. Over turkey legs, man. The one guy got socked and he looked older in that video.
He looked pretty old.
So man,
I condone the violence, just not the theft.
you condemn the violence, but not the theft.
I like the I'm down with the violence, just not the
my
theft.
damn.
Like I don't know. God didn't say anything about not beating up security guards. I don't know.
Yeah, that wasn't in the 10 Commandments. You are absolutely right.
What if he just went up to the security guards like, square up, fool, it's time.
Yeah, it's just
It's like, why?
What
It's
pisses
like,
me off the
I'm not
most.
stealing any turkey legs, but I'm gonna fight you.
I'm not even hungry.
What pisses me off the most about that
Not
video
hungry.
is the not the theft and the assault. Like, yes, but this lady that is recording or this girl that's recording, whatever, and she's just laughing. It's like theft is going on in front of you. You're laughing.
No, yeah.
Assault is going on in front of you. You're laughing. You got your phone out. You're not doing anything to help. You're probably just gonna post it to WorldStar or something, or on your own. I don't even know if WorldStar is a thing anymore. Just on your own page and like you know what I'm saying, and just be like, oh, look at all these views that I
That's
get.
that's the primary place where people post like videos of ratchet people beating each other up.
Like this right here. Right, or
McDonald's.
like at Six Flags over turkey legs. But the fact is that she had no moral compass to then when the cops are arresting this girl and she was like, over a turkey leg, you got to be kidding. Like, they're in the wrong. It's like, no, the girl that they're putting in handcuffs probably stole, okay, and was assaulted a security guard and was fighting with another girl.
Dude,
like,
yes,
there's a reason.
There's like a subculture of society that's just like, I'm a victim and a hero. In my opinion, mandates laws.
Even though I just committed all the crimes. It blows my mind. That probably is what pissed me off the most was in that video. It's like, oh, come on.
It'd be funny
she has no authority, though.
No, she's got no authority. No. But you know what? All it takes,
the lady in
all it takes, at least that clip was, what, a minute 40? All it takes, though, is her to post the last 20 seconds when they're arresting the girl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then say, hey, look, this is what happened. And this and that. They arrested her over a turkey leg. And then everybody, you know how it is nowadays, and then everybody gets...
They read the headline. And
exactly.
Then,
and then everybody gets outraged about it. And it's like, all I'm asking for is just be honest what she did. Like,
turkey's not
assaulted.
that good, It's not
exactly.
that good. It's not
probably
worth,
not that. Like,
that seems exhausting. Like, buying one would have been less effort.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
yeah.
You're going to exert yourself in that way.
How much are you going to have to pay for a fine?
Yeah.
How much are you going to have to pay for court costs?
How much energy did you go through for that bite of turkey? It's like,
and you got your ass beat. Like, or you ripped off a, like the one girl got her weave whipped off. Or ripped off.
I hate
like,
that shit. I hate when my weave gets ripped off. It's fucking bullshit.
Wait, somebody just pulls the beard.
Yeah,
this isn't real.
The beard weave,
It's like that scene in freaking Austin Powers where he accuses the why won't this come?
Yeah. Oh man. Well, no, guys. Hey, we had a fun time with. Just don't steal turkey legs. That's the moral of that story. But guys, we had a fun time with Anthony Rogers. Thank you for coming on the show, man. Always a pleasure when you're on.
Well, thanks for having me on. I appreciate
absolutely,
it,
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I think is it cool to just kind of sit back and relax, and you're being interviewed and not.
Yeah, it's only weird I can't see myself. I usually see myself. That's the only limitation. Everything else is cool. It's cool having people to talk. I don't have to fill all the time.
Yeah.
I feel like if it's one person, you gotta be like, oh shit. Like you gotta be like, but three's kind of cool. And like, it's like, yeah, no, it's definitely an interesting thing. It's like a lot of times you have to always have a fucking question if it gets if it's just me, I'm just like, oh shit, I better have a question. I'll be so stoned sometimes. I'm like, I better have like 3 questions like lined up. Like, give me something. Or I'll just fuck this up right now. And it's like, oh my god. But no, the vibe's cool, man. The vibe's cool.
That's awesome, man.
It's like, what's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Dude, ice cream, pussy.
Yeah. Pussy.
No.
Guys, thank you for watching another episode of Underground STL Live. We go live every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube. We do this for you guys. We do this for St. Louis. We do this for the fans. This is Underground St. Louis signing off. And as always, we go deep.
Bye, Mom.
Hey, what's up, guys? Thank you for watching another episode of Underground STL Live. Every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube. Make sure you tell your friends. Tune in. We'll see you there.